So we just finished the season finale of the off-season Hard Knocks featuring the New York Football Giants. First and foremost, amazing, awesome, just fantastic having the Giants on Hard Knocks. I've always been a Hard Knocks fan. Having them a part of it, getting this inside look has been a great thrill of mine as a fan, and I've really it's just been awesome. Get excited that over the last month, 5 weeks, I should say. Tuesday nights, I've just been ready to run through a brick wall, and so it's been great to watch this, get this inside look, and look, this last episode, there were some interesting parts to it. Look, I still believe that Malik Nabers was the pick, was the guy all along. You can see, in my opinion, Dable absolutely loved Malik Nabers. Those guys, baby doll, didn't look like they were disappointed that they got Malik Nabers. They get Malik, and everybody's happy. It doesn't seem like they were we missed out on this opportunity. I feel like the Giants, at the end of it all, I think the Giants did their due diligence. They flirted with the idea of getting a quarterback, and then in the end, Malik Nabers was the guy that they wanted all along. And they were clearly nervous about the Chargers, and obviously the Chargers went with Joe Alt, and the Giants got their guy. The interesting thing to me about this episode, at least in terms of the draft, is the fact that Tyler Nubin seemed to be their third option in the second round. They made it clear that they liked Lassiter and they liked Kool-Aid and that they wanted those guys, but in the end they settled for the safety and Tyler Nubin. Not that they weren't happy with that selection, but it seemed like there were two guys in front of him that they really liked, which then led to them obviously getting Andrew Phillips, who I actually really like. But it seems like the Giants, that was their last cornerback that they really wanted to take before, as they mentioned, getting into development guys. I think Phillips is going to be a really good Giant. I think he's going to be sneaky good. He comes in with not a lot of fanfare, but I watched him play a ton in SEC games, and Kentucky, has had a pretty good defense over the last few years. So I'm excited about Phillips, and it seems like the Giants, he was definitely on their radar. And then you saw the hype. I won't say hype. I guess that's the wrong word to use, but there's some expectation with Theo Johnson. They spent a little bit of time with him, or talking about him and showing clips about them acquiring him. And so, you can see there's something there. And then I loved in this episode where they kind of looked back in history about the Justin Tuck pick and Bavaro and Harry Carson. I think it was Harry Carson, but I really liked that aspect to this episode. The Giants have just got tremendous history, which we spoke about that in our video last night that we showcased about history, and it repeats itself. And so, this was a really good episode. Look, in the end, I really don't know what to make of Joe Schoen. I still don't know really what to make of him. The thing about this inside look, it's made me have a feeling about all these guys. I like Brandon Brown. I'm a fan of his. I like his demeanor. I came away with really liking Brian Dable from all this. Not that I didn't already like him in general, but just I like his attitude, his approach. Shane is just, I really don't know what to, anytime you do something, the thing that throws me off about it is, and baby doll, you feel free to chime in. When you do something or when you have you say something or you make a decision and then you smile right behind it. It's almost like I think it's a human reaction that it's like, hey, what do you want to eat tonight? And then I say, well, how about we get so and so? It's just like, it's almost like there's I don't know, there's a human
tick.
Yeah, there's something like he's doing. He's saying he's answering a question or he's saying something, and then I appreciate the welcomeness that a smile gives back, but there also seems to be an uncertainty about it of decision making, and it's a false confidence, I should say. Maybe I'm reading that completely wrong, but I always think that when somebody does that, there's I don't know. Maybe that's the poker player in me, baby. I'm reading too much into it, but it just I see it. And he smiles after every reaction, and I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about that. So, but nevertheless, I want to also say that John Mara, for somebody that doesn't get seen in the public eye, maybe as much as like a Jerry Jones, for example, he looks like he tremendously cares about this organization, and behind the scenes is in the mix. Like, there's a lot of people in the world that own high profile things that don't really care. They just don't care, I mean, we saw Steve Tisch maybe one time in this whole time. He's a co-owner, obviously, the Giants. But John Mara looks like he genuinely cares and is constantly worried about the Giants. And I think that's, as a fan, it gives me great respect for him, because even if they're struggling or not, as long as you're in the trenches and you're in the fight, that to me is respectable. It's a respectable thing. So, it's not that I think there's a lot of people that think that he's incompetent and I'll sell the team, and it's like, no, this guy is hands on. He's in the mix. So, I appreciate that as a fan, and thought that needed to be said. But there's a lot of people that have said that this inside look, that the Giants kind of look inept. The front office looks inept. They don't come off very well. They don't come off smart or whatnot. I don't feel that way. I like the fact, there's some people that don't like the fact that Joe Schoen asked all of his scouts and whatnot, hey, what do you think? I personally like that. I'm a team oriented person, so I personally would, if that was me, I would definitely say, hey, what do you think? I would constantly take in opinions constantly. So I don't see that as a sign of weakness. I don't think that's how, I don't look at that as a negative thing. I actually appreciate that, and I like the fact that he brought in all his scouts and kind of did a one-on-one with them. Obviously he didn't show everything about those meetings, but I think that was really cool. I actually really like that. So yeah, I mean, just in the end, it's exciting to now take in all of the information that we've taken from this and now watch the season and see how it all plays out and think back at those decisions. I will say that I'm a little bit concerned about cornerback, because the Giants felt the need to get one pretty high in the second round, or at least with their second round pick, I should say, and they didn't necessarily get their guy that they exactly wanted. So they were obviously trying to upgrade that position, and Andrew Phillips obviously is more so a slot. So that QB, that CB2 is something that I think we should start really keeping an eye on and seeing how all that plays out. Hopefully the Giants, it all works out for them. But yeah, I mean, it was fun to watch them on Hard Knocks, and I'm a Hard Knocks fan, so I'll definitely be continuing to watch, what they got coming up. But yeah, I just don't. Anything to add, baby Don, that you wanna put out there? Did you learn anything in this process?
I learned a lot of Giants history.
Yes, you did.
I did
You
learn
know,
that.
you should already know a ton of history with Pizzle being your main squeeze.
Well,
But
not all of us have been 30 plus year Giant fans.
I know, right? I know it's been a long time. But anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed Hard Knocks as much as I did. Hopefully the Giants can be a part of it again in the future. Um, I would honestly like that. I don't look at Hard Knocks as a negative uh, at all. So, but but yeah, hopefully this team continues to develop and the plans that the Giants had in place all uh, uh, just pan out. So, anyways, that is the last review that we have of the Hard Knocks, and now we're just gonna keep flowing with the content, baby doll. We're gonna keep just doing what we do. We're gonna get ready for our 18th season here on YouTube and start to get after it some more. Make the content that we make, and before we know it, be preseason games. So I appreciate you guys watching these reviews, and hope you guys enjoyed them.